What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 22. This is Sid Podcast. Our guest today is a men's physique competitor in the sport of bodybuilding who aspires to become an IFBB Pro one day. All the way joining us from New Jersey, let's welcome Albert de Los Santos. Hi, Albert. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you? Thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much. It's an honor for us to have you on this podcast. So, Albert, before we go into the podcast, tell our audience a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I was born in the Dominican Republic. Like in the countryside of the Dominican Republic. I guess like the whole country is like not. But yeah. I wasn't into bodybuilding like while I was over there. It was no gym around, nothing like that. But I remember, and I guess this is the story for like most bodybuilders, seeing a movie of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think it was Commando actually, like where he's like I think he had like a tree, and like he's having the tree like this and. And he like the pick on the bicep was so huge, so it kind of it was so captivating that I was just like, wow, can I ever look like that? And then I'm more like a strong lifter, so basically I was always inspired just to lift heavy weights, like really heavy weights. I don't know, for whatever reason, that's what I really liked. But here's the catch. I was like 120 pounds, all sucking wet. So I was skinny. I was like 5'9", almost 5'10", 120 pounds. And so when I got here, I was 17 years old.
So Al, when was that? That
was in 2004.
Okay.
So I was 17 years old, and it was not many things back then. Like at that time, I was only Gold Gym and all the gyms. But then Gold Gyms, I remember, I wanted to like train, and one day I went to the gym, and it was out of my price range. I still remember. I still feel like it's a lot of money now. Back then it was like. It was $450, I think, to sign up, just to sign up. Contract for 2 years and $50 a month, I think it was. I'm like, that's insane. So that was out of my price range, and then I couldn't do anything. Then fast forward to 2007, more gyms started to open up. I started training, like underground gyms started to open up and like more affordable. And I guess I had the genetics for it. So I started getting weight, but then it was like train for like 3 months to look good for the summer. And then the winter, just like chill and lose all the gains. Train again for 3 months or 4 months, look good in the summer, and then lose all the gains. And it went like that for like about 5 years until I met my drummer. Like I used to play for a group. Okay. So my drummer, he was in retro fitness. So he started like training in retro fitness. So he say like, oh, let's go. You got to train with me and blah, blah, blah. And I took it more serious because he was serious about it. And then I started like noticing more gains. And then
so Al,
yes.
I just want to clarify for the audience. So when you came here and say in 2004, were you working out in Dominican Republic, or you started lifting weights when you came to this country?
Never. I never touched a weight in Dominican Republic.
So you started lifting here, and that's where you were playing this music group, and then your drummer kind of got you into this, correct?
No, not really. I was already lifting weights, and then I met and I was like I said before, I was lifting for 3 months, and then
you'll take off. Okay.
Yeah, take off, and then lifting for 3 months, like, and it went like that for like 5 years. So I started lifting, like, I think I started lifting 2007. Yeah, like 2007. Then I met my drummer like 2011, 12.
Okay.
So like by 2014, people started saying like, oh, you got to go physique. Why don't you compete? Why don't you compete? You got to go physique. In 2014, that's when men physique came into the NPC and IFBB. So, oh, you can compete. You could do a show. You could do a show. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like maybe. And after that, I started like training to compete. Which I remember I started prepping in 2015 to do a men physique show that never happened.
Why is that?
I think I was prepping by myself. This sport is a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. Like this is crazy. This, like, I guess the older you get, the more smart you get with your money, and then you could like play with. But when you're young, like, it's not like, I don't know, I guess you don't know how to manage your money. And I didn't. And like, I didn't have money. Like, I didn't have money to, like, this, like right now I'm wasting like $150, $200 in food weekly. It's so back then, going back to
2015.
Yeah, to 2015, I remember I went to Patrice and Body Works, and I was like, I took a class of posing, because I'm a horrible poser, by the way, just so you guys know. I'm like, that's I'm a horrible poser. But I went to Patrice, like, took a few pictures. Like, I was prepping myself, by the way, like nobody was helping me, and I saw like my back. It was like really small. Like, it was not. I didn't see. I couldn't compare myself to none of the people that I was like looking up to. So I was like, sometimes you try to, you have at least inspired to look like some of the pros, and I was not even like a small version of one of them. So I was like, no, I can't compete. So
Al, I just want to ask you a couple of things. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yep. So no. You can interrupt me anytime, because I talk.
No, it's okay. I just want the audience to understand also. So when you came from DR, your role model was Arnold Schwarzenegger, correct?
Yes.
Based on the movie Commando. Now,
yes.
When you were prepping in 2015, you said that you didn't find an inspiration to look like someone. Who was your role model in physique competitive, in physique category of bodybuilding back in 2015 and 16 when you said, I'm going to do this show?
Steve Cook.
Steve Cook?
Yeah, he was winning all the show. Steve Cook was like actually killing every show by like around that time, which is funny. He didn't even place. He did. I think in 2014 he didn't even place top 10. He probably did, but like, like you probably, I was expecting him to be like top 3, maybe win, because he was the most famous man physique. I think he still is. He's just not like an active competitive, but he probably is like the one that have more followers and Instagram and YouTube and so just people don't know him. Like, the new generation don't know about Steve Cook competing, because he competed for like maybe 2016, maybe 17 was his last year competing. And and like in the Olympia he never did good. And like, I guess men physique took another turn where it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and he didn't want to do that. So, but yeah, I wanted to like look like him, and I was not look like my back. My back was small. My back is still small. I think my back is like my weakness, and I took a year off. luckily met Ivan Cabrera, which is my coach now, and we talked, and he says, "Okay, so I'm going to help you." So he helped me for my first show, 2016.
So Al, what was your first show that you did back in 2016?
It was Eastern
NPC
US,
Eastern. Okay.
yeah, Eastern USA, and I took third.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I took third. I probably should have won that show. Regret it. Made a lot of mistakes. Like that probably I shouldn't have done it, but like, you know, sometimes when you a rookie, when you don't know anything, you do certain things that you shouldn't do, and they're costing you. Because
listen, third is really good. Third placing is awesome for a first. I said to get third in your first show, it's really amazing.
It would have been amazing if I would have won the show, like to me, because like I had the potential to actually win the show, and then I made a mistake and end up costing me, like, you know, 2 places. Then the following week I went in the mass show, which is the Eastern. I did Eastern. I did East Coast Championship, I think it is.
Yeah, mass show is East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast Championship. Yeah. So I did that one, and then I ended up winning that one.
You won that.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay.
So I actually beat the guy that actually
beat you a week before.
The week before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Al, so I want you to explain to people a couple of things, because my next question will be around that. Like men's physique. So
yes,
I want you to explain people what is the difference between a men's physique and an open bodybuilding, because men's physique is a category of bodybuilding, of the sport of bodybuilding. But
yes,
since you are a NPC, since you're a men's physique competitor, it would be ideal for you to explain to people, what do you mean by a men's physique competitor?
Okay, so it was a lot easier to explain this like 7 years ago, like in 2014. Right now, it's not easy, because I could explain it, and then people will go and look at main physique, and they probably will say like, "Oh, it's not really." Main physique was meant to be like a beach body.
Okay.
Like a body that you go to the beach, and people will just appreciate like how aesthetic you look, how lean, and you know, it's like a beautiful. It was like even your hair, even your face, like it was like a model type of look.
Okay.
That was it was supposed to be like that, but right now, it's like we all big. You know, if you're not competing 190 plus, like lean shredded, you're not winning a show.
But like let me ask you, I mean. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Men's physique, they place competitors with height and weight. Am I correct?
Not weight, no. Only height.
So explain that a little bit to our audience when you.
Yes. So I'm 5'9". I could like other people that in my class will be 5'9" to 5'10".
Okay.
So you could be 5'9" and a quarter. You could be, you know, 5'9" and a half.
And no weight cap.
No weight cap. So you could go and compete at 170, and somebody else could go and compete at 190. And then if he's just leaner, like, you know, he's gonna beat you because he's bigger.
So as long as
if he got the shape, I mean, because some people don't really have.
So yes, what you're trying to say here is, as long as there is a cap of height, 5'9" to 5'10", does not matter the weight, that's where your competitors will be. The person who is 5'6", 5'7" will have its own category that's according to their height.
Yes. Or like in the NPC, you only compete against different height.
Okay.
When you go for the overall. So when you go for the overall, they pick all the classes. They pick class A, class B, class C, and they bring all the winners of those classes. They bring it in and they compare them, and whoever is the best out of them wins the overall.
How do you define when you say who is in the best shape? So what do the judges look at when it comes to men's physique? That's my question.
Men's physique is more like shoulders and back.
So like you mean the width?
Yeah, like you have to have like a good B shape.
V shape, okay.
Yeah, like if you have like a really good B shape, you'll be winning a lot of shows. You will do good in the business. Like the Olympia level, the pro level is a little bit different. Everybody look good.
Right.
And most people look amazing. So like how they pick them, it's beyond me right there.
Conditioning and like muscles and
conditioning like and like muscle and shape and yes, a lot. I think the judges have like, it's hard to actually judge main physique and bikini. It's just like, to me, it's just like one of the hardest class to actually judge.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the most densely populated. Like the most amount of competitors in a class is men's physique.
It's
correct?
Yes, it's really popular, lucrative for the shows holders, for the people that make the shows. Without main physique and bikini, and now wellness, which like wellness is becoming like really popular. I think they wouldn't be making any money, and like it would have been like fewer show because you couldn't have as many shows as they have. Because nobody will. Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much, if your body or your genetics do not allow you to become big as an open bodybuilder, you have an option to go to a men's physique category, which is more of like a smaller version of the open men's bodybuilding.
Yeah. Yes. I think I will agree with that. You could also jump from classes to classes. Like you don't have to stick with just like one. For example, I know people that have done, like in the same show, they have done main physique and they have done classic physique in the same show. They have.
So Al, what's the difference? Just for our audience to know, men's physique, as you said, is a beach body kind of V-shaped model look. And what is classic building, the classic physique category?
Classic physique. Okay, so classic physique. Main physique is like you don't show your legs, and they don't score. They don't score your legs.
Got it. Okay.
So it's like from the waist up.
So you wear a shorts, like, not an open bodybuilding trunk. Okay.
So for a classic physique, it's like, you have like the little like
boy short.
Yes, and it's more like bodybuilding, but just like a different trunk. And they took away like certain poses that bodybuilding do. It's a little bit different, but then it's kind of the same as bodybuilding. And they keep it under like with weight limit just to keep it, so people won't get so big. Because like I said before, men physique went at it like, out of the way, like they got big.
Right.
And classic physique, they kept it like that you have to make weight in order for competing in classic physique.
So Al, that's great. So thanks for clarification. Going back to your competitive placings in 2016, after placing the first at East Coast Championships, what was your next step? Did you do any more shows, or tell us a little bit about that?
I took 2 years off.
Okay, all right.
To get bigger.
How much did you weigh in the show in 2016, if you don't mind me asking?
I think I weighed 158 pounds.
Okay.
Then I competed in 2018. I went with a different coach also.
Okay.
Like I didn't go with Ivan, so I went with a different coach, and I ended up losing that show. I ended up taking 6.
Really?
Yes.
And how much did you weigh at that show? Do you remember?
Probably 165, maybe 163, something like that.
So you put on around 7 pounds of muscle in 2 years, which is pretty good though.
Yeah. I think my problem with that show was I could have placed better, maybe fourth or third, but my posing was really bad. And if you, even if you are a better, like if you have a better physique than other people, if your posing is not good, you're not gonna be like somebody else could just like be you.
Got it.
And
Okay.
so it was not so much that I look back at that show. It was more that I wasn't able to present. I took that show, I got cocky.
Okay.
I was yes, like, I went to my first show, I took third. My second show, I won, and I was already like a national qualifier. I'm a national competitor. It's easy. It's not that hard. And people always, you hear this from a lot of people, and they tell you practice your posing, practice your posing, practice. Like, and everybody says the same thing. And I was just like, like I could do it 3 weeks. 3 weeks from away from the show or whatever, and yeah, I went to the show, and I guess I was leaning, like in the videos, I could see myself leaning too much backwards, and I didn't look good. Like I didn't present myself like good.
So you placed 6, and then what happened after that?
Well, after that, took 2 more years off.
Okay.
So I competed in 2020. And
what was your weight at that show? Do you remember?
I think 170 something.
Okay.
Can't really say for sure.
Okay.
But probably 175.
So on an average, you gain 3 to 4 pounds of solid muscle. I mean, going from 2016 to 2020, which is great though.
Yeah, I think I think that, yeah. So but I was lean. I was like ripped at that show.
I saw you, yeah. I saw you at the gym, yeah.
I was insane. And then in that show, I took third in an open show, and then I think I took first in novice, and I took the overalls in novice.
Okay, so and then now at this point, did you go back with Ivan as your coach, or you were using the coach you had?
Yes, that was my no, that was my coach. Ivan. I went back to Ivan because I was like, I need somebody to look at me. I need somebody like actually look at me and talk to me. I need to, because I did all like online coach and everything like that, and I'm not complaining, but it's just like once a week or twice a week, like an email and probably no reply after. Like you're leaving everything on my hand, and I'm not too good. Like when you leave everything on my hand, like I need to have somebody kind of like
to monitor
on my ear, and telling me like, listen, you do this, or you look good, or you like what,
right.
So I could keep focus. If then I lose focus, and if I lose focus, then
game over.
Everything game over. Yeah.
So then you did that show. And then after that, did you shut it down for the year, or do you do more shows? Or
no, I shut it down for the year. That was actually like during pandemic, like 2020. A funny story. I was supposed to do national. I was getting ready. Yes, I was getting ready to do Universe, Team Universe, in South Carolina. I pay for the hotel. I paid for the flights. Everything was booked. Everything was ready. So I'm doing a warm-up show in Baltimore to do, just to see how, how we look and everything. 2 weeks before, that was October 31st.
Okay.
And then that's when I win the overall, and that's when I took third open, and I took first, and I slipped my mind. But anyway, and I took the overall, and I got COVID. I got COVID over there, down there, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Shit.
Yes. Yeah, man. And it was horrible. It was really bad. I was pushing, actually. I was feeling sick. I was like, I remember we came back on Sunday, and we came back on Sunday, and I was like, on Monday I woke up and I was feeling like shit, and I went and I did cardio, and I was feeling like shit. I was dragging myself, and then I called Ivan, and he told me, listen, if you're not feeling well, go and get tested. So, go and get tested, and then let's see. Then I got tested, and I was positive, and then we shut it down. I was like, I'm not gonna look my best, and then if I'm not gonna go and spread it down there. That's not. So I shut it down, and I took the whole entire year off just to pull some weight. I never weighed more than 200 pounds, and now we weigh 218 now. So.
Oh wow! So let me ask you now. So when is your next show planned, and what's the weight you think you will be at?
Okay, so next show will be around May.
Okay. Of 2022.
Yes, it's Junior National.
And where is that held?
I think it's South Carolina.
Okay.
And I will be doing probably a local show just to warm up and get the jitters out of the way. And then I don't know. Then Junior National, but the way I don't know, because we don't really go by weight. That's not how Ivan coach. You don't want.
But if you're putting on all this weight now, you said you're at 218. I'm sure there must be a number where you want to be at.
I would want to be at 200, but that's not possible. I want to be as big as when I took third in Maryland, when I went to Baltimore, then I took third. I didn't took third because I was because my shape was better. I was better than the other guys, but I would like to think. I apologize to my friends if they see this, because I got the guys that plays in front of me, one of them is my friend, but it could have been a battle if I would have been bigger, but my friend, he was 199, I think.
Oh wow!
And right next to me, and the other guy was 190 or 192, something like that. So the first place and the second place, one of them was 192 and the other one was 199, and I was 175, 172.
Big difference.
It's it's a huge difference. So yeah, I need to be the biggest I can be. And I think if I would have been 185, I probably would have won that show too. But I was 10 pounds under the weight. So
yeah. So a couple of other things I want to ask you before we wrap this up. So now let me ask you now. So for example, I want you to explain to people. So if you win the junior nationals, you become an IFBB Pro. I want you to explain to people how can one become a IFBB Pro, which is the International Federation of Bodybuilding pro competitor?
For a main physique, it's a little easier. For a main physique,
Okay.
all they have to do is like win a show first or second.
But it has to be a national show, not a local show, correct?
It have to be a national show.
So if you get the first or second in your class in a national show,
I become IFBB on IFBB Pro. Yes.
Okay, so you have that tag, IFBB Pro Albert now, right?
Yeah. Which I would
Okay.
never put it on my IG. So like, I'm not like one of those.
So that's the ultimate goal. Is that your ultimate goal in this sport, is to be an IFBB Pro, or what's your goal here?
It's not even. I don't know. That's a good question. Actually, that's a really good question. It's not a goal of mine. It's really not. No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like I love competing, and competing against the best. It's like, yes, I want to do that, but it's just like, okay, so an IFBB, like the title IFBB won't give me any money, won't give me anything. It was just gonna give me status, and then I will have to learn how to use the status to make it into money. But a lot of people are making money without being an IFBB Pro. I think a lot of people are actually making more money than a lot of IFBB Pro, and they don't even compete. So, when I was younger, yes, I wanted to become an IFBB Pro, but I think like as you get older, things kind of like prospective change.
But I'm sure you still want to be an IFBB Pro. I mean, if you, as you said, you love competing. So my question to you is, what do you love the most about competing?
Beating people.
Okay. Not physically beating people.
No. I mean like, yeah, it's like,
okay.
Okay. I don't know. I'm really.
So you love competing.
It's weird. I have to be honest. It's just weird. I'm humble. I'm not trying to. I'm not a pushover. I support everybody. Like all my friends, even the people that have actually been in shows, have become really good friends of mine, and I support them 100%. But like when I'm there, when I'm in a show, I'm just like, let's go. Let's get this. But like it's only that moment. It's just right there. Like I just like, come on, let's see who is who.
You know, it's the competitiveness in you.
Yes,
it's the competitiveness. Okay.
This is where you talk. Like I don't want you. I hate when people talk like now, like like all cover, whatever, like during the prayer, during thing. Come on, like no, like don't talk. Like
let the body do the talking,
like,
right?
Exactly. Let's go. Come on, like that's me. I take my shirt off. I walk around people. Like yes, but like it's just that moment. It's just like right there. I don't do that. You don't see me in the gym, like talking like or looking at people raw. Like, no, that's not me.
So Albert, last thing I want to ask you is, so a couple of things. Number one, I want you to please tell the audience how can they reach you. So before we do that, I also want people to know that you also coach people.
Yes, I do coaching online. I also I do personal training too. They could reach me.
Yeah, go ahead. So how can they reach you? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, they could reach me. My email is adls212921@gmail.com. And also in my Instagram, which is my name is Albert 2129. Easy, simple. And also you could reach me in my Facebook, which is the same. You could Albert 2129.
So Albert, we actually will put your email, your IG, and your Facebook in the description box in the video, so people can reach out to you if they have any questions about online coaching, up and coming physique competitors, anyone who wants to enter the sport of bodybuilding, so they can have your guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
No problem, Albert. This has been a blast, man. I really enjoyed our conversation. I mean, I love the sport, and I love what you're doing. And
thank you.
You in such a short frame of time, you have done such good things, and I'm sure the future looks bright for you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.